Previously on Left Behind.
I do not fear you! I do not fear you!
I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last.
Is it not possible to get a chopper at some point?
Leon, the sky is a bit crowded right now. Have you not looked up recently?
Hi, Jesus, it's me, Kenny.
It's the remnant. Running? Running. Smitty, you're being passed by pedestrians.
I'm doing 70.
Based on Glorious Appearing, the 12th book in the best-selling series, Tyndale House Publishers proudly presents episode 140 of the dramatic audio edition of Left Behind.
Smitty, you got another pair of binoculars in here?
The only one I could find.
You want them? No, I'll just stay back here in the back seat.
Boy, give a guy a lift, all he does is complain.
We should be able to locate Nick when his ride arrives.
That's what I'm thinking. If he's out there, he's not moving.
Hey, where would they scramble this aircraft from?
Probably Al-Shabak.
Wasn't Al-Shabak where they parked all the dignitaries sipping cordials and watching Nikolai bring home the victory?
Hey, if you're going to lose a war, you might as well do it in style, right?
I hear an inbound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, low and fast.
Running dark.
Taxi, sir?
Looky there.
You got him?
There you are. One big old Humvee just sitting there all alone.
No support.
Nope. Looks like Nick's not going to even risk getting out till he absolutely has to.
Well, this part of his army is gone, but without a shot being fired from anywhere. Not sure what he's afraid of.
Really?
Yeah, well, hasn't seemed to matter until now.
Chopper's down, skid heavy. Got doors on the Humvee.
Laurel and Hardy?
Yeah. If they have a driver, he's not moving. But I don't think they do.
That must be a sting to the ego. Even we have a driver.
Well, in all fairness, he does get passed by kindergartners.
Too much dead weight in the vehicle.
Oh, there you go, Smitty. Now you're catching up.
Nice.
What?
Nick kind of pushed Leon out of the way to get in the chopper first. Then he got his sword caught on the door, nearly slashed him getting it loose.
Chopper is away and headed northbound, just as would be expected.
But still no movement, are there?
Not a thing. Just a sea of blood.
Ray, you won't need those glasses for this.
What?
Oh, the Lord. He's landing.
Okay, that is it with the back seat.
I'm predicting he'll dismount.
Well, what makes you say that?
This has an Isaiah 63 feel to it.
Okay, hang on. I saw a Bible in the back seat.
Okay, let me see that. 63 what?
Beginning of the chapter, I think.
63.
Jesus is walking through the blood down there.
I think that's in there, too.
Yeah. You're right. Listen to this. Who is this who comes from Edom, from the city of Basra, with his clothes stained red? Who is this in royal robes, marching in the greatness of his strength? It is I, the Lord, announcing your salvation. It is I, the Lord, who is mighty to save. Why are your clothes so red, as if you have been treading out grapes?
Ray. He's looking this way.
I have trodden the winepress alone. No one was there to help me. In my anger, I have trampled my enemies as if they were grapes. In my fury, I have trampled my foes. It is their blood that has stained my clothes. For the time has come for me to avenge my people, to ransom them from their oppressors.
You all heard that, right?
The living word.
What is it that you keep looking for?
I'm just wondering why we're going so far to the west.
Well, why wouldn't we?
Jerusalem is back over to the east of us, maybe behind us by now.
My father and Dr. Rosenzweig are convinced we're going to Megiddo first.
That would certainly explain it. Maybe Jerusalem is being saved for the big finale.
I would say this whole thing is a big finale, wouldn't you?
Sure, but it ain't over just yet.
What do you mean?
We're hearing Jesus, right?
Right.
Well, in the other ear, I've got Carpathia's voice. Talk about black and white.
How can you stand listening to that anymore?
Just trying to make sure I know what's happening.
Oh, so Jesus needs your help?
No, it's not that. Mac went up in a chopper to get his unique perspective on this moment in history. This is my unique perspective.
Okay, but I just hate for you to miss any of what Jesus has to say.
Don't worry. When he speaks, I listen.
You're hearing him in Chinese?
I haven't heard Mandarin that pure in a long time, and it's my dialect.
Yes, well, the Hebrew...
What?
I don't really feel comfortable talking about it yet. It's so personal. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It really is pretty emotional.
Maybe someday...
When we're married?
What did you just say?
I think you heard me.
Well, I would have you know that I'm already taken. Do you see that handsome king on the white horse, leading our way?
This is a trick question, right?
He came to get me. I'm his bride. Extravagant, isn't it?
I thought the church was his bride.
Aren't we the church?
I think we're more the balcony.
The balcony?
Captain Steele told me one time that he would show up late for church and have to sit in the balcony. Of course, he didn't mind it because back then he'd sleep. So he says those of us that missed the rapture but are now believers are the balcony.
Fine. We'll have 1,000 years to sort out who's the church and who's the balcony. The point is, I already have a first love.
I see. Well, truth be told, so do I.
Good. Now, I might be taking applications for second place.
I'd gladly settle for second place.
Huh. Gotta be honest with you, Mac, this ain't a bad way to ride. It's nice and spacious back here.
Well, I'm glad you like it, Ray. You enjoyed the Petra to Basra leg up. Here I'll be holding down shotgun duties for the Basra to Megiddo portion of the journey.
Yeah, that seems fair.
If you two don't settle down, I might have to stop this car.
Now, where on earth would you learn that bit of Western culture?
You never heard of television?
Mac, you hearing this?
Radio? Yeah, bits and pieces. You got something new?
Doesn't sound like Nick's very happy. Guess he expected the northern two-thirds of his army to be ready to go. And it sounds like they're more interested in just going home.
Yeah. That was the feeling I was picking up, too.
You know, what's funny is that he could lose a bunch of them and still have way more than enough to annihilate the Jews of Jerusalem, in human terms.
So you think his forces will even make it that far?
No, a lot of them will. But Chaim thinks many are going to die between here and Mount Megiddo.
Know what I would like to see right now?
What's that?
You see that cloud right behind us?
Yeah?
Somewhere in there, a 70-year-old Nobel Prize-winning botanist is running 70 miles an hour.
Now that I would like to see.
Eliezer, my friend, is this not amazing?
Amazing is such a simple word.
My young associate, Zion Ben Judah, once referred to prophecy as history written in advance.
I like it.
Here, after so much exploration of prophecy, we are living out history.
And at a rather rapid pace as well.
Eliezer, did I ever tell you about my surviving a plane crash?
A plane crash? I don't believe you did.
You've met young Mr. Williams. He too was in that plane. It comes to mind because of all the injuries I suffered during the crash. Imagine me with my jaw wired closed, unable to speak.
How great the suffering must have been.
Indeed.
Tell me the details.
You know, for some reason it just doesn't seem that important anymore.
I know what you mean. Doctor, did I ever tell you about the time I had to have emergency hip replacement?
No.
Good. I won't mourn the wasted time.
all things are made new.
It is as if we have reset the clock on history itself.
Amazing.
Any guesses as to where we're going here, Smitty?
We're probably going to stay along the Dead Sea until we reach the Valley of Jehoshaphat, then climb to Jerusalem.
Or maybe it's possible we'll head west towards the Mediterranean and then north.
And our best bet is just to follow Jesus.
Okay, there's a sermon if I ever heard one.
No. The point is, we really don't have anything to worry about. The Unity Army is ignoring us right now, and while we may not know where the battles take place, we do know who wins.
Actually, we may know a little more than just who wins.
Oh, hang on, newsflash from the driver's seat.
Just a little geography.
Oh, you've been studying geography.
Yeah, I was curious why all of history pointed to Armageddon for the final battle. It's not a city, so what is it?
Is there going to be a quiz?
Yes. Now hush up.
All right.
Abdullah?
Well, you have both seen the mountain ranges that run the length of Palestine.
Yeah, along the Dead Sea and the Jordan River.
You know the break where the mountains all of a sudden drop to altitudes of about 300 feet or less?
Yeah, up there where the highlands split off from the northern hills of Galilee and head off towards Haifa on the Mediterranean coast.
Exactly. That is the Jezreel Valley.
I've heard it called the Esdraelon Valley.
Jezreel is the Hebrew word for it. Esdraelon is the Greek.
I knew that.
It's also referred to as the plain of Megiddo, because of the city of the same name immediately to the west of it. And that's where we get the word Armageddon, which comes from the Hebrew word Megiddo, which means Mount Megiddo.
Okay, now you're just showing off, Smitty.
Experts say Megiddo has been the site of more wars than any other single place in the world because it is so strategically located.
Strategic how?
Well, it is a crossroad. An ancient trading route called the Great Trunk Road went through there. Control the intersection, and you control the trade route to the east to Egypt, and to the empires to the north. Look what's happened over the last several months. The same routes are still in use. Armies from the west landed at Haifa and went directly up to the valley of Megiddo. The armies from the east crossed the dried-up Euphrates, down the Jordan Valley and up the Jezreel. The armies from the north swept past Mount Hermon and down into Israel, ending up in the same place around the hill of Megiddo.
So, any questions, Matt?
No, I think that about covers it. Nice work, Smitty.
Thank you.
Do we even know if people will get married in the Millennial Kingdom?
I don't know. But can you imagine the wedding?
No.
Cheng, think of the guest list. Moses, Abraham, my mother. Cheng, what if Jesus performed the ceremony?
Wow.
Wouldn't that be unbelievable?
That really would be.
What?
We're still using our native languages, right?
Yeah?
So I wonder if cultures are maintained too.
Why?
Why? Can you tell me what a Chinese Hebrew wedding ceremony looks like?
Good point.
Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We don't even know if people are going to get married.
Fortunately, we'll know soon enough. But in the meantime, my father may have some thoughts on the topic.
Well, I've been meaning to have a chat with your father anyway.
Really? And why is that?
I have a little question to ask him.
A little question.
Yep.
I can't imagine what that might be.
I want to ask him what kind of dowry I might get for you.
Oh, Cheng! Ow!
Then I'm going to ask him to raise it because you're always hitting me.
I'm so sorry, Cheng. Are you alright?
I think I'll survive.
Good. Then if you'll excuse me, I'll be listening for the voice of my first love now and don't wish to be disturbed.
Okay. Good idea. Me too.
I really do need to stop hitting you, don't I?
It's all right. I'm sure I deserve it.
Well, married or no, your friendship is very important to me, Cheng.
I feel the same way about you.
All right. That does it.
Huh?
Smitty, let me out. I want to head over to Jerusalem.
You what?
I'm going to hoof it over to Jerusalem.
And why is that?
I don't know, extra pair of eyes.
What about Megiddo?
We got a pretty good idea who wins.
So why Jerusalem?
That's the finale. I want to be there. Phone still work?
Last time I checked.
If not, no big deal. Otherwise, I can keep you updated.
Yeah, we're already past Jerusalem.
I know. I'll find it.
I think you just want to see what it feels like to run that fast.
Aha. Smitty, my boy, I ran sub-5-minute miles in college and got slower with each birthday. No. The way I figure it, I'm about to go sub-1 minute and tell me how I could possibly pass that up, huh?
Sounds good to me.
Have fun.
Thanks, you guys. I'll see ya.
Whoa! What happens if the Unity Army catches him?
Did you just see him take off?
Good point.
Nikolai, we were so worried.
Get out of my way, woman!
What's happening, Leon?
Our troops have fallen.
Let me speak comfort to him. Stay here. Nikolai,
What is it?
do not lose hope. We still have the army to attack Jerusalem.
I have not lost hope. How do you say it? The spirit is strong, but the flesh is weak.
Of course. Your spirit has always been so strong since you were a child.
Yes. Yes, and you have been behind me the whole time, waiting. Huh?
I have watched your ascension from a powerless child to the greatest leader the world has ever known.
And you hope to rule with me.
It would be an honor.
It would be as it was in ancient Babylon with Nimrod and Semariah.
I do not know the two whom you refer to.
Of course you don't. You were not there.
Nikolai,
Nimrod was ruler of Babylon and Assyria. Semariah was his mother.
Nikolai.
Nimrod killed his father, took his mother as his wife, and created the religion of the mother and the child. See, apparently, he was content to share his power.
I have never sought to lead with you.
Of course you haven't. Just as I never sought the position I have been given.
You are troubled. I can see it.
The world can see it!
I will go.
Woman, I will not share my throne.
Yes, Nikolai.
You tired?
Not at all. You?
I should be. Up all day, night. With this light, I have no idea what time it is.
Yeah, I tell you. But it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess not. I wonder where I stopped here.
Isn't it great that you're not in charge anymore?
Actually, it is. Is Beth Ann asleep?
Oh, you've got to be kidding, right? She and Kenny are with Hannah, and those two are watching the sky, buzzing with energy, waiting for Jesus to speak again.
Kids these days. The things that they think are important.
Yeah, it's something, isn't it?
This whole thing, it's just incredible.
I'm glad you're here.
What do you mean?
I'm glad we're experiencing this together.
Huh. I was just thinking about that deal in Greece. You know, at the time, I was okay with dying if it happened because I knew I'd eventually see you again.
You'd be right up there waving, and I'd be down here with our daughter.
You're right. This is better.
Yep. Kind of overdid your training schedule today, didn't you, tough guy?
Oh, no. Not really. Every now and then you need to throw in a long day.
Define long day.
I figure we did just over 300 miles.
Feeling pretty good about that, aren't you?
I felt like it was a good run.
You know what? Your 5-year-old daughter did the same thing in her pink daisy flip-flops. You're just going to have to work harder.
Isn't that the greatest thing, though, Pris? We don't have to work harder. The work is, well, it's done.
Like you said, this is better.
Excellency, the troops are positioning ready for you.
You configured them as I instructed?
We have over 18 miles of front line curved and a half moon shape directly facing the enemy.
Thank you. My microphone.
Of course, sir.
To my victorious troops, assembled here on the verge of history, look into the sky, not with fear, but with purpose. This is our true enemy. Best him and victory is ours. Defeat this enemy and nothing will stand in the way.
Test the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that I came in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that I came in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist.
How dare you! Attack! All forces, attack now!
A mighty king arose who ruled with great dominion, and did according to his will. But his kingdom shall be broken up, and divided toward the four winds of heaven, for his kingdom shall be uprooted.
We shall see about that. Colonel Stewart, have missiles launched on my command.
Launch on my mark.
Fire!
Now! Now! Now!
Now is the appointed time. The king of this world did according to his own will. He exalted and magnified himself above every god, spoke blasphemies against the God of gods, and prospered until now. But what has been determined shall be done.
The missiles have no effect. We must withdraw.
No withdrawal. We must defeat this apparition here and now.
Our weapons have no effect, Excellency. Every casualty on the field is ours.
And a god with gold and silver, with precious stones and pleasant things.
Oh, so much blood.
The whole valley's covered with it.
It appears to be rising.
Hey, you boys still there?
Yeah, what's up, Mac?
You feel that temperature must have dropped 10 degrees in the last minute.
Yeah, something's brewing.
Okay, now you're overstating the obvious. I'm heading for cover, Ray.
Yeah, keep in touch.
Yep.
Do you want me to stay with Carpathia's vehicle?
No, just try to keep an eye on him. Ooh, this thing have any heat? When does it get frosty?
That's the first time I've ever seen that in this part of the world.
Try the wipers.
And now I can't see anything.
It is done.
You get the feeling something's about to happen?
I'd say so.
Is that rain?
It looked like hail.
Oh, kind of big.
Should we leave?
Look, this isn't for us, Smitty. I say we go after Carpathia.
Okay.
Withdraw! All troops withdraw! Watch where you are driving, Leon!
Sorry, Excellency. I'm trying to get out of this valley, but between the excessive amount of blood and the hail, I fear I am making little progress.
Keep moving. I'll see if I can push you out of the mud.
More! Push harder, man!
Nikolai, there is no need to become this agitated.
It is not fear that agitates me. This gross inefficiency, the inability to carry out a simple military attack.
I would never suggest fear.
Colonel Stewart! But Colonel Stewart!
I'm afraid he's dead, Potentate.
Leon, when we get to Jerusalem, remind me that I need a new liaison officer.
Yes, Excellency.
In the meantime, Miss Ivans, I require your assistance.
Anything you wish, Nikolai.
Our vehicle is mired. To free it, we need to lighten it as much as possible. Would you be so kind as to step outside momentarily?
If that is your wish.
It is.
Then I will.
Yes, thank you. It will only be a moment, really.
Excellency, I am so sorry.
Yes, terrible loss. Have we improved our traction, Leon?
I will check, my lord.
It appears you will need to get out and push. Now!
But, Excellency, I will drown.
Oh, you will do no such thing. You certainly don't expect your king to get out.
No, my lord, of course not.
All right, go! Hurry, man! Now, push the car!
Left Behind, the dramatic audio series, is based in part on the book Glorious Appearing by Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins. Sound design by Glenn West. Music by Steve Wick. Directed and produced by Todd Bastide. Left Behind, the dramatic audio series, is a production of Gap Digital and Tyndale House Publishers. Thank you for listening.